All right, this is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, coming to you from the Silver Lake Lounge in beautiful Silver Lake, California, with Julez and the Rollerz.
Julez, guitar and vocals.
Rachel, bass.
Shay, synth.
Emmy, drums.
Hannah, guitar.
How did you come to play music in your youth?
I grew up in a musical family. When I was younger, I did play the piano. My mom plays the guitar. She taught me. My aunt plays the guitar. We used to harmonize, and I've always been singing since I was a baby. I with Broadway a lot when I was younger, and I used to paint myself green to be Elphaba from Wicked. That phase ended eventually, and now rock and roll is exactly where I need to be.
I did not learn to play the bass in my youth. I learned in my 20s, and it changed my life. I was always an actress and a singer, and I played piano, and I wrote songs.
My dad was a drummer, and we always had instruments growing up around the house. And then I studied music production, so I just kind of picked things up left and right.
Playing in a school band, and then a lot of other percussion instruments first. Decided I really like drums, and then we started playing drums a couple of years ago.
I grew up a trumpet player, which led me to guitar. I started playing out when I was 17, and it's been progressing.
Who had the biggest influence on you guys musically when you were younger?
Elvis, Beatles, all the punk artists, music from the 50s and 60s, the B-52s, the Pixies and Nirvana.
One would be like Rilo Kiley / Jenny Lewis. I just always loved their lyricism and how they put stuff together.
I would say in high school, I was very into Led Zeppelin and The Doors. As time went on, I'm more into glam rock, Mott the Hoople and T-Rex, and those are who are influencing me today.
In my youth, a lot of Frank Zappa, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin too, Spanish rock music and Latin music.
My influences are definitely Jack White, Devo, and The Doors, 60s psychedelic, mixed with that synth drum that you feel when you feel it in your heart when you play.
Peekaboo!
Peekaboo!
Ha 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 ha! Julez, how would you define the band name?
It started off as just Julez. Rachel came up with the Rollerz, actually. I just wanted a band that was just like Julez and the whatever, because there were so many rappers and stuff named Julez with the Z, and I was sick of people confusing me for people that weren't me. So we decided to add and the whatever, make it more inclusive, and here we are. And I think these are the people that I want to be playing music with.
What do the other members bring to the band?
Julez is Julez. We wouldn't be here without her. She's the engine of the train. She's an amazing songwriter and an amazing friend. I couldn't do anything without her, really. Shay and I were roommates at camp, and Shay is one of the most amazing lyricists and sensitive, subtle people, and she adds so much to anything she does without even trying, like some kind of mystical fairy that lives in a willow tree. Emmy is rad. Since the moment I met her at rock camp, I was like, yeah! She just embodies the spirit of rhythm. It's just such a good energy. Hannah is definitely a girl after my own heart. She's beautiful, she's talented, she's perceptive, she's stylish, she's shredding, and we love her forever.
It's impossible to define because they all bring so much. Rachel, fashion for sure, because everything I wear on stage is hers, typically.
My parents one time said I should start a punk band called Traffic on the West Side.
But I mean, she also introduced me to most of these guys, so I wouldn't be in the band without her.
These guys,
These ladies, these gals. Julez is the best. Julez just brings everybody together. She's super open, inclusive. I don't know. Julez is just amazing. She makes it feel like our band, not just we're the Rollerz. Emmy, our drummer, is so chill. Our rock. She's down for anything. She's always in time. Hannah, I feel like you bring a lot of flair. You're very low key, but then when you bring it out, you really bring it out. Both musically and personality-wise, you're just amazing.
Everyone just brings so much, because without them, it was just me struggling. I don't know what I was doing before. Rachel came. She's obviously the OG here.
Oh, I love that.
And she basically brought everybody here. My music wife, basically. Bassist of my dreams. Stylish, beautiful, amazing. She came up with the Rollerz name. It just warms my heart that she's still around here. Shay, Rachel brought. She's just an angel from above. She makes me remember that I don't need to be crazy all the time. I was missing a synth player. She came along, and I'm just so blessed to have her. Emmy is the hardest worker I've ever met. Your main thing is percussion. And she came on, she's like, I'm playing the drums for Julez and the Rollerz, and she's killing it. And Hannah here is my East Coast guitar Jewish babe. She's my little sister at this point, referred to me from a friend. As soon as I saw her Instagram, I saw her playing guitar, and I was like, this is the one. Bragged about her to all of the band members. So talented. talented at guitar, so talented in every single way. She's also a very genuine person. She's amazing. Everyone has beautiful voices, by the way. Wanted to put that out there.
I first met Rachel and Shane in a rock camp in summer. After a couple of months, then I received a message from Julez. Hey, my friend's Rachel. Like, okay, I haven't played drums in a long time. Rachel was kind of the connection to also bring emotions again, you know, of sweating and playing and rehearsing and creating a community. So thanks, Rachel. Shane, you don't know what's going on, and suddenly she surprised it. She's like, wow, that's so cool. But you never really understand how things happen because she's like quiet way of creating things. And Julez, she's the heart of the band, putting things together, always sending us all the details of gigs or clothing or music. And then that is contagious. Hannah is a talented and amazing human, and it's like so young. So I feel like just the beginning of a big, big career in music.
Ever since I joined Julez and the Rollerz, I feel so thankful to be a part of such a beautiful group with such amazing, talented women. Rachel, you bring the absolute soul to the group. It's just, me and Rachel have always had connection through this like blues inner soul thing, and I think you just bring it, and you're amazing and so talented and sweet as a person. And Shay, you are just my girl. I love you. You're amazing and talented. And Julez, you know, you created this thing and you're such an amazing person and you just get it. She's amazing and Shred's so incredible. Drummer Emmy, so genuine, and every beat she makes is incredible for the band.
First song you learned on?
First song I learned on bass was I Bleed by the Pixies.
Keyboards.
Just Like Heaven by The Cure.
Least Complicated by the Indigo Girls.
Voto Latino from Molotov.
Moonlight Daydream by David Bowie.
How would you define the word punk rock, and how do you think the meaning has changed over the years?
I think punk rock has always been about challenging society and getting angry over injustices, and I think that some of it got kind of superficialized and packaged, and there's a certain way you have to be, when really punk is about being exactly who you are. And I think it's punk to be kind to people, it's punk to be yourself, it's punk to be happy, and it's punk to have friends.
Punk rock is really about standing up for what you believe in. It's not advertising Malcolm McLaren's clothing brand anymore.
Punk started out of a sense of necessity. While it's still necessary, it definitely has changed and become more commercialized over time. We're still all about fighting injustices. We still all love punk, and we're still all doing it.
I think it's kind of a lifestyle of everybody just saying what we want to say, doing what we want to do, gathering together, expressing ourselves. To be punk, it's just like a lifestyle.
Punk represents freedom. It's also about creating music and binding people together. So punk rock is really essential for a society.
Your mission statement.
To be kind, be yourself, be true,
And rock on.
and rock on.
What do you think makes Julez and the Rollerz unique today in a world of disposable music?
Because we have such an awesome live show. Everybody's trying to get an experience today, not just a single, not just 30 seconds of music, but an experience. And I think if you keep playing the shows and keep doing what you love, that people will come for that and you create a show for them.
What makes our band unique is definitely like we're focused on community more than anything else. Like we've only been a band for a few months, and like the people that we have met and the connections that we have made are incredible, and it's just like a whole new world for us.
I second that. I would say we also have Z's in our name. You don't see that very often. Maybe you don't see as many bands doing guitar rock these days.
Us, we are unique, so that's why Julez and the Rollerz is unique.
We play a lot of blues. We're not afraid to play a lot of blues. I feel like we jam, and I think it takes a lot of passion to have a great band.
5 Desert Island Discs.
Master of Reality by Black Sabbath, Anything by Dead Kennedys, Please Please Me by the Beatles, the original self-titled Elvis album, and the album by the Pixies.
Velvet Underground, the third album, Belle and Sebastian, Tigermilk, Rilo Kiley, Takeoffs and Landings, The Cure, Pornography, that one album by Daft that I can't pronounce that it's in German.
I will say Zeppelin 3 has gotten me through a lot of things. Same with The Doors, self-titled Whoa Nelly by Nelly Furtado. Graceland by Paul Simon. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Elephant by the White Stripes, The Flying Burrito Brothers self-titled, Strange Days by The Doors, Are We Not Men, We Are Devo.
What would you like your legacy to be?
I would love my legacy to be that the power of rock and roll I inspired helped everybody be themselves and do good things for the world.
You know what, man? Like, we're all gonna die. Who needs a legacy? And I think that's a great legacy to have because stop trying to be so famous all the time.
Rock and roll, baby.
Be friends forever.
Play our damn hearts out.
What are your makeup must-haves and name them?
Foundation for my mom and grandma from Merle Norman. The Tarte Shape Tape Concealer is very good, changed my life. My eyebrows, eyeliner, lips, and glitter are by NYX. That's how the glitter stays. It's from NYX.
Mascara.
Kat Von D.
I love a good Australian gold tinted sunscreen. I fill in my eyebrows with BELLE. Also use Tarte mascara and CoverGirl concealer.
Lipstick.
I forgot the brand name.
Eyeliner.
CoverGirl.
My grandma gets these monthly subscriptions to Ipsy, so she gets a lot of different brands.
I almost never wear makeup, so whatever is on my bag of whatever brand that somebody gave it to me. I think for the Rollerz glitters is number one.
Have to say CoverGirl 520 foundation, pink blush, Better Than Sex mascara with some fake lashes.
What song do you wish you had written?
Nevermind by Nirvana.
Literally anything by David Bowie.
Hot Burrito #1 by the Flying Burrito Brothers.
How important is fame to you, and could you live without it?
Fame is a constructed thing, so when you are happy with what you do, your friends are famous, you're famous, that's where it really comes from. And I could live without it because I have a life that I love and I just want to do what I love and get paid for it. Rich would be nice. Famous, I don't need.
You know what? Not super important, and I am living without it.
Not very important because as this goes on, I realize that I prefer to spend time with my boyfriend and family and friends.
I'm famous in my family. They love me, so I think I'm already and that famous part makes me happy and it's important for me.
I think the idea of fame is quite beautiful in a sense. I don't think it's something to focus on while you're creating art and then maybe focus on the success, but don't think about fame when you're doing it. But it is something that's kind of interesting when you like see famous people.
You're going to be recording your new EP at the Cave. What you love about recording at the Cave?
Josiah is probably the sweetest, most caring person I've ever recorded with. He doesn't want to step on anyone's toes. They haven't met him yet. Rachel has. I love that he's very good at mixing, and I enjoyed what he did with our singles that we already recorded. He's recorded with Deep Valley, and I love Deep Valley. Currently doing a Smashing Pumpkins album, so it was just like, I got to get on this.
What inspired the lyrics to the Julez and the Rollerz songs? Let's start off with Insecure City.
Living in LA because I'm from the East Coast, trying to survive on paycheck to paycheck. It's been very hard, so that's why the every dime, every dollar, you know, all that.
Knocks Me on the Floor.
It ended up being about my boyfriend of 9 years, Christian, one of my favorite people in the entire world. He's very supportive. He moved to LA when I was just like, bye, I'm moving to LA from the East Coast. So talented and amazing. Just like, this is a love that knocks me on the floor.
New Connection.
Me realizing that I don't need the people that me over when I was growing up. I just kind of need a new connection, I need a new crowd. I'm always searching for something new, which is why I moved to LA, because I always get really overwhelmed by people, and then I'm like, I need to escape. So it's kind of just like needing a new connection.
What inspired the lyrics to Sorry, I'm Just a Waste of Time?
I wrote it at a time when I was bailing on people a lot because, and I always feel like I'm letting people down, and I'm always saying sorry. So that's basically how it ended up being.
How many of the songs that are going to be on the EP did you perform tonight?
3 of them.
So how do you think you've matured as a songwriter in the last year?
I relied a lot on blues riffs, strictly. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think I was just relying on it too much, and I'm starting to become more modern.
Who are some of your past fashion icons that have inspired your onstage style?
First of all, my grandma, Juana Jackson, the Jetsons, the B-52s, Elvis, and Ozzy.
My current fashion icon is Rachel, David, Patti Smith,
George Harrison, Mark Bolan, David Bowie.
Rachel and Julez, they dress me.
Jane Birkin, Graham Parsons, Lady Gaga, Bridget Bardot.
Do you like the direction the world's going in today?
I mean, not really.
Honestly, Earthlings suck, but you know, they didn't start the fire. It was always been burning since the world's been turning. So I think that the direction of the world, it's always two things spiraling together. Like, it's up to us to make it better.
It's hard to tell, but no.
I cannot be super negative. There's no good things, but there are also a lot of very good things happening.
I think we're progressing as a human society, but I also think that we are lacking in some areas, and I think we're becoming too addicted to our devices. So I think we should talk to each other more and appreciate each other more and experience life a little more, you know?
What comes first, the lyrics or the music?
For me, the lyrics.
I used to think it was the lyrics, but now since playing bass, it's always the music, and I kind of fit it in.
Music these days.
I think music.
The music.
What is your ultimate vision for Julez and the Rollerz?
I just want to be able to tour with people that I enjoy playing music with. That's really all it is.
What's next for Julez and the Rollerz?
New do songs and more shows. I'm not striving for fame or money. I don't remember the last time I made money. A record deal would be nice. Would love to do music as my full-time job, but whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna hope to try.
She can handle success, and if she thinks she can, I will make her.
The Blairing Out Show.